Okay, Cancer. So this is very interesting. The reading, we have a 10 here, which, and we have two fives, which becomes a 10. So this is the number 2 plus 6 is 8. There's a lot of movement. There's going to be a lot of changes, lots of action taking place. I almost feel here with the 10 at the root, this may be battles regarding money. I'm also hearing, though, battles of will. So of one's, I don't mean like a will, like inheritance, although that could be it also, but battles of the will. It's almost as if there's a battle that some type of dynamic that is going on within you. I almost feel with all these swords that it's a battle of wills. Now, it could be regarding other people or other family members, but I'm also reading it almost as within yourself. It's like you're battling yourself in some way. What I am, I think that some of this may go back to your past, is what I'm being led to say, to your childhood. It may go back generations that there's a battle. Now, this could be even health related. So this could be something even genetic where there's a battle regarding health, or something that has been passed down from generation to generation. So this almost could be something that's addictive. This could be even, I'm also, when I'm looking at this card, I'm getting like isolation or possible, sadness, depression, or, feeling like you're almost trapped. Like there's battles going on all fronts. What I'm liking to see, though, here is the Queen of Wands. And she, to me, often comes across as very passionate. This can be a fire sign, which is Leo, Gemini, or Sagittarius. Could be that there's a battle going on with one of these people. There's a lot of swords here. So it could be Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. But then again, we've got some pentacles too. But I feel like with her here as being as the underlying theme is that there is a determination. There's a force of determination. There is a strength that is going to come in and kind of allow this movement away from this difficulty, these battles, whether they're battles within or battles amongst others, because we do have 3 people here. This also may be, I feel like it's like something's cut in half. So I don't know if there's news. It's almost like, I almost feel like, I don't know, for some of you, this might be energy, like you're feeling lower energy. It's almost like the support that you were having gets reduced. This may be for some that there is a cut in pay, or if you're commission based, like money in through the rest of September, may be kind of difficult, or I get like energy reserves. So this could also be regarding somebody in the family, where, and this could be, I don't know, I'm really focused on this male here. This could be that maybe there's, I don't know if this is just not being able to do what one used to be able to do. But I think in some aspect, I feel like there could definitely be a situation regarding a home, like where somebody suddenly has to move. There's a message that comes in, or there's a message regarding, I almost feel like, well, let me stay with the moving, that somebody, I feel like there's a struggle of some kind, or mobility. There's just like kind of a storm brewing here. And whatever storm this is, I'm glad to see it, because I'm not glad to see it, but I'm glad to see this card here and in the upright position, because this is like the waves, things going up and down, and maybe that's what the storm is. And it's getting ready to be, to smooth out. Now, there's going to be some changes for some of you that come in like that. It might be that all of a sudden somebody needs a surgery, is another way that I'm looking at this. That could happen. I don't think it's anything major, but, that's one thing that I'm picking up. I also feel like it's interesting, because I feel like there's, in the challenge position, the number 3 is going to be of importance to somebody. And it's interesting because this 3 becomes a 2. So there's 3, even though it's the number 5. But this also, with the 3 people, then all of a sudden we have a two people, but then somebody comes back in. And it's almost like somebody says, now, this could be the third person returning, and for some of you, that could be a little bit more chaos. And if this person thinks that they've got one up on you, and they're happy that you're feeling, not very good, or not, up to par, they may be coming back for more. This could be some kind of vengeful thing. But I'm also seeing this as that this situation may be done. You're out on your own, or with, this 3 has become 2 people, but somebody's coming in, I think, to kind of help rescue you. And this 2, then you become 3 again, because there's 3 people in the boat. So I feel like whatever battles are brewing, or whatever people are trying to prevent you from moving forward, that you have the strength and the courage, because this is my Leo card. You have the foresight and the cats here, listening to that inner guidance, that intuition, to keep moving forward no matter what storm or what someone brings you, what chaos brings you. And it could be, I'm getting 3. I feel like this could be 3 generations, or the number 30 is of great importance. This could also very much, be, like I said earlier, this could be health related, not feeling up to par. But this could also be, I almost feel like somebody maybe has to move or go away. It could be like related to a visa or a green card, or a work visa or something where all of a sudden it's like time's up, or and they have to leave, and they don't want to leave. And this may not be you, but this may be somebody a friend, or somebody you work with, a family member. But I get that there may also be issues in terms of either rent or a house situation. And it could be that there's, every card has its positives and negatives. So I can see this as somebody rushing in saying, look, you have to leave the premises. You can't be here. But I also see this as somebody coming in to rescue. And so for some of you, they could be coming in to rescue you, and they leave just as fast as they come in. But they're coming in for support, and they're coming in very quickly. So they're coming in to maybe help. Could be helping this. I'm almost looking at this as like somebody a bit older. Could be a grandfather figure, father figure, but somebody that maybe health-wise needs some assistance, and a sibling or a friend or somebody's coming in to help aid in this. But this is separation. So there could be news of, this could be somebody's together, but they're not happy. This is also often for me comes across as a card possibly of codependency, or, you're together possibly for financial reasons. But this can be indicative of that there's some kind of argument that that somebody just says, look, I'm better off on my own. We're splitting up, and this happens very fast. Just like that. And you're gone, you've moved on. You're moving on to something that's not such a struggle. Now, this could be somebody that is having problems health related, that there is some news or I said earlier, surgery, something that comes in. This could be, I'm also getting like shots, like maybe cortisone shots or something that helps alleviate some kind of pain. And, somebody's able to start feeling better. Let me see what else. I think it's important to be careful of communication, of possibly alienating someone or alienating people. With these swords can be very harsh. There's, now this could be very fast news, but this could also be very, I don't know, I'm getting a division. There could be some battle, and it could be regarding an actual will, or where somebody thought that they were going to not only have support, but have money. And it could be regarding like an estate or an inheritance, and they don't quite get what they thought they were getting, or there's battles, it's cut in half. So that's why there's two parties battling out. This could definitely be battles in a courtroom. Is another way that I'm reading this. It could also be that somebody may, regarding work, it's maybe there is some kind of financial loss, and somebody's has to move to, find work, or, you get an offer, the news comes in very quickly that all of a sudden you're being transferred. or you get a new job, but it's going to require you to move. There's definitely changes that are happening, but I feel like even though there's a storm here, things, begin to kind of settle down. And it's very important that you remember that you've got the courage, the will. I'm really focused on this card and the determination. Now, like I said, the determination can be for positive or for negative, but I feel like this is also in the position of what can help you, and not, it's almost like there's something that you need to face, something that you need to look at, because here it's almost like, it's so snowy and cloudy that it's hard to not only move through this, but it's difficult to see where you're going. And I think it's important that you keep moving, upward and onward. Like, don't let this energy force you back. So if there's somebody, and this could be also in terms of a marriage or a dating situation, maybe you've broken up, and it could be regarding, like I said, it could be 3 people. Someone feels like they've got one up on somebody. This can represent definitely conflict, defeat, or, betrayal, wanting to win at all costs. And somehow they feel like they've done that, because, like I said, the 3's become a 2, and they could be returning again. So that's the negative way of also looking at this card. But, and then I'm also reading it as somebody that's going to be positive, that comes in, that's going to help you and help you move forward. So it's going to be different for, that's one of the things about reading for so many people. Not everything's going to turn out the same way for whom these messages even apply. But there's going to be a movement. And so if somebody comes in and history feels like it's repeating itself and they're trying to pull you back, you take this path and you go forward. You fight forward through the snow and move up towards calmer waters. So there's a lot of changes and action taking place. And, for some of you, I think it's a battle, like I said, of wills, in terms of an inner battle, that you don't let yourself get to this point, or so isolated or so sad or depressed. And, because the swords here have to do with thoughts, has to do with communication. It also has to do with the truth and logic and looking at the facts.